Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 19 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and welcome to our fun monthly collaboration, Stretch the Sketch, where on the third Sunday of every month we get together and we take a 12 by 12 sketch. We take a 12 by 12 sketch and we either stretch it or we shrink it. And I do fairly often, I would say probably 3/4 of the time. I have done some 9 by 12s, a few 8.5 by 11s. I even did an 8.5 by 11 horizontal inspired by Jennifer Kane. But one of the formats that I love using these sketches for are my 6 by 8 double spreads for my Me, Myself, and I 2021 album. And this is exactly what I have done here. And the prompt for day 19 is something very old from your stash. Now, I believe all of us on Stretch the Sketch today are combining it with 30 days of sketches. Unless I misunderstood that, and if that's the case, then I'm totally out in left field and everybody else will be doing something else. But I think not. I think not. I did this quite a bit ahead, and I just so merrily went along and did it. And then I looked on the sheet of the collaborators with the Scrappy Sisters for today, and my lovely friend Janet, who organizes this series, is one, and she is combining it. So I just went ahead and forgot to even go look on the Facebook to see if there was anything else. Anyway, so you can see the sketch up here in the corner, and you can see that I flipped it firstly so that my photos would sort of be on the top. And then you'll see that different for me, two things that are different from my normal Me, Myself, and I, in that normally the left-hand page is sort of the scrapbook page, the decorated page, and the right-hand page is minimally embellished, just enough to frame the journaling. And I always do use the grid, the Nicole Jones 911 grid paper on the right-hand side, but I used it on the left-hand side this time as well. I did keep to my page here, but then the right-hand page, although as is my norm, does have the journaling, it also has photos, and it also is pretty much a little scrapbook page. And that is because I really wanted to have the layout spread over the two pages and respect it fairly well. Now, I have even the little bit down here, and this I just used a border punch, so I have some lovely paper over on this side, which is multicolored, which then gave me a lot of leeway for the rest of the layout. I'm using some scraps from Simple Stories, Family Fun, and Safe Travels, some of my Bella Boulevard besties, bits that I had left over on my desk, and this I used my notebook as your punch here to get the photos down here. Now this photo is longer and narrower, so I only have the 3 rather than the 4, but this is just a fun little layout that I want to get into my Me, Myself, and I to remind me of how much I love my Christmas card making, because I did not make any, or very few, in 2020, but I had brought back that tradition somewhere around, I think, 2015 or maybe even 14. And little by little, I think the first year that I brought back the tradition of snail mail cards, I maybe sent 7 or 8. And then I went up consistently every year until 2018 or 19, maybe even, and where I sent out about 60 and even some little presents. Last year, I pretty much did nothing, maybe got 3 or 4 out. So I need to get back to that, but I wanted to have that in my book because it is another hobby. It is something that I enjoy, and I have not been doing a lot of coloring over the last few months because I've discovered stitching. Coloring used to sort of be my Zen activity, fussy cutting and coloring stamped images. Now I've been doing a fair amount of stitching, and I've been leaving the coloring of stamped images and therefore card making a little bit aside. Now, if you look at the sketch, you can see that on the right-hand page, there is a patterned paper. So you have the strip here that I've got as well, and then you have patterned paper, which looks like it is a text, or it could be stamping. It might be stamping on the background, or it could be some text pattern paper. Well, I decided, true to my right-hand pages on the 6x8, that I would do my journaling here. And so that sort of gave the same effect, and I thought that was quite clever, if I may say so myself. So I got that down. I got my photos here of my Copics, of some card making Christmas activity. I put a title down here as it is in the sketch when you do the flip, so Christmas card making. I just did another little border here. This is a sticker from, I went back into one of the photo play, and I think is it Winter Memories, and I thought it just sort of matched a little bit this idea of the notebook, although it's sort of like a stamp edge, but I loved it. So I just popped it there. Warm winter wishes, so that I would have a little bit of a cluster here, and these dimensional stickered flowers are something very old from my stash. I can't even tell you how long I have had these. I think if it's not 10 years, it's not a day. I think I might have even gotten them at Walmart. I think they're KI Memories. I don't even remember because I don't have the packaging anymore, but something like that. And I, for sure 10 years. So that prompt was fun. Now you're going to say the flowers don't really have anything to do with Christmas card making, or a winter type layout. And you would be quite right, but they look cute and the colors work. So they're on the page and they leave the prompt. And then I finished everything off with just a few little lovely enamel dots from my stash that are also quite old. They are from another lovely Canadian company here, Your Next Stamp. And I stopped buying enamel dots a few years ago now, as I've been building my Nouveau drop stash. So these must be 4 or 5 years old as well. So there you go, my friends. So I both shrunk and stretched the sketch, shrunk it to 6x8, and stretched it to a double page. I will have everybody down below for all of the fun things today. Christie's from Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Scraptember, and Stretch the Sketch. So you have tons and tons of inspiration, even more than every day this month today. So I hope you're able to have a lovely, relaxing Sunday afternoon or evening watching all of these videos. I will be back tomorrow. Don't forget to use all of the hashtags, hashtag 30DSCBL8, hashtag Scraptember2021. I use hashtag stretch the sketch. So off you go. You can find us. And please, please, please don't forget to tag us, tag me, or link me up to a video if you're playing along. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, my friends.